Who was your first wrestling hero?
Probably Hulk Hogan.
Wow.
In AWA, which was the Minneapolis promotion,
right?
Which came up to Winnipeg, and that's where Hulk Hogan started. So he was the first that I can remember just being totally into Hulk Hogan. And then he suddenly one day just showed up in WWF, and then suddenly we're now watching WWF every week. That's kind of the early days of wrestling, yeah.
So then how do you break into becoming so you want to be a wrestler,
right?
And then what's the, like, I know how to become a comedian. How do you become a wrestler?
But Howie, it's kind of the same thing, right? Like you just got to go and do it. Now is a lot easier because you can go online and look up a wrestling school, for example.
You went to the Hart Brothers
Pro Wrestling Camp, yeah.
Where is that?
That's in Calgary.
Okay.
Right. So I was in Winnipeg, so it's about 14 hours west.
Right.
But I only heard about it because there was a TV show from Calgary called Stampede Wrestling. There was an address on the screen, write a self-addressed stamped envelope. Right. I'll tell you what you have to do. So I had to move away to go to wrestling school, essentially.
So you had to pay.
You had to pay. Yeah. It was like yeah.
How much?
I think it was $2,000. I think that was kind of the price just to go to camp for 3 months.
But then you also, did you get room and board?
Yeah, no, you got to pay your room and board. I lived in a little hotel in Okotoks, Alberta, outside of Calgary that had bullet holes in the walls. It's just. But my point is, when you first go to wrestling school, right, and you learn the basics of wrestling, then you got to go get gigs. Just like being a stand-up comic, you got to.
But what is the basics of wrestling? What is it like? How to fall? How to?
Yeah. So in wrestling, it's called taking a bump, and this is not taking a bump in 1982 at the Comedy Store. This is a fall. You're taking a bump on the mat, like when you take a fall on the mat, right?
Right.
So you essentially have to learn how to do that, and then you learn how to do some of the moves: a body slam, a hip toss, a suplex, climbing to the top rope, those types of things. The athletic part of it.
Did you get hurt?
I didn't.
School?
No,
you didn't?
I didn't really get hurt. I mean, obviously, I got hurt, but nothing bad. But I remember, like, we used to have to do, like, these terrible stretches where they would make you sit, like, in a lotus position and then go behind you and push your knees to the ground and that sort of stuff. Just things that your body's not supposed to do. And just be screaming in pain it's called stretching you.
Right.
Wrestling. And they would do this to try and get rid of the guys that were the wannabes that didn't really want to do it. So the more pain you get put in, then they just leave.